Otherwise it would mean that she was consciously throwing herself into the water or onto the knife by marrying you. Is that possible? Who consciously throws himself into the water or onto the knife? Perfume heard out the prince's ardent words with a bitter smile. His conviction, it seems, was already firmly established. How heavily you're looking at me now, Perfume, escaped the prince with a heavy feeling. Into the water or onto the knife? The other said at last. Hey! But that's why she's marrying me, because she probably expects to get the knife from me. But can it be, Prince, that you still haven't grasped what the whole thing is about? I don't understand you. Well, maybe he really doesn't understand. Hey. They do say you're a bit like that. She loves somebody else, understand? Just the way I love her now, she now loves somebody else. And do you know who that somebody else is? It's you. What, didn't you know? Me. You. She fell in love with you then, ever since that time, that birthday party. Only she thinks it's impossible for her to marry you, because she'd supposedly disgrace you and ruin your whole life. You know what, she says. To this day she maintains it herself. She says it all right in my face. She's afraid to ruin and disgrace you, but me she can marry, meaning it doesn't matter, that's how she considers me, note that as well. But why, then, did she run away from you to me, and, from me? And from you to me? Hey! All sorts of things suddenly come into her head. She's all like in a fever now. One day she shouts to me, I'll marry you like drowning myself. Be quick with the wedding. She hurries herself, fixes the date, and when the time is near, she gets frightened, or has other ideas, God knows, but you've seen her, she cries, laughs, thrashes around feverishly. What's so strange that she ran away from you, too? She ran away from you then, because she suddenly realized how much she loves you. It was beyond her to be with you. You just said I sought her out then in Moscow, that's not so, she came running to me herself, fix the day, she says, I'm ready. Pour the champagne. We'll go to the gypsies. She shouts. If it wasn't for me, she'd have drowned herself long ago. It's right what I'm saying. The reason she doesn't do it is maybe because I'm even scarier than the water. So she wants to marry me out of spite. If she does it, believe me, she'll be doing it out of spite. But how can you, the prince cried and did not finish. He looked at Rogojin with horror. Why don't you finish? The other added with a grin. But if you like, I'll tell you how you're reasoning at this very moment. So how can she be with him now? How can she be allowed to do it? I know what you think. I didn't come for that, Perfion, I'm telling you, that's not what I had in mind. Maybe it wasn't for that and that wasn't on your mind, only now it's certainly become that. Hey. Well, enough. Why are you all overturned like that? You mean you really didn't know? You amaze me. This is all jealousy, Perfion, it's all illness, you exaggerate it beyond all measure, the prince murmured in great agitation. What's the matter? Let it alone, Perfion said and quickly snatched from the prince's hand the little knife he had picked up from the table, next to the book, and put it back where it had been. It's as if I knew, when I was coming to Petersburg, as if I had a foreboding, the prince went on. I didn't want to come here. I wanted to forget everything here, to tear it out of my heart. Well, goodbye, but what's the matter? As he was talking, the prince had again absent-mindedly picked up the same knife from the table, and again Rogojin had taken it from him and dropped it on the table. It was a knife of a rather simple form, with a staghorn handle, not a folding one, with a blade 6 inches long and of a corresponding width.